Well, folks, here we begin for the first official forecast of 2018, and during this last 2 weeks we've seen some brutally cold weather invade much of the eastern half of the United States as we've seen a large substantial trough lock into place. This offset much of the warming that we've seen through early December. Even though we've seen the month of December come in above normal across the Central Plains, we reduced our surplus temperatures by about 6 degrees with that 2 weeks of cold stretch. In fact, 2 more days of cold weather like we've seen would have basically brought December in below normal across the state. So that's how close we were to below normal temperatures. Now, as we look to the models, there is some relief in sight, and as we go to those models, the first thing I'll draw your attention to is that big trough has started to pull that snowstorm on the eastern coast and lifting that trough toward the northeast. That's going to allow much warmer air to move into our region, but before that happens, we do have low pressure to our north and to our south that are going to organize and quickly move toward the southeast. So we're going to start to see some snow spreading across the Dakotas as we go through tonight, and that will shift rapidly toward the southeast and primarily impact southern Nebraska and southeast Nebraska as high pressure starts to build in. So we're looking at a chance for snow changing over to possibly a mixture of freezing rain and rain. As you can see, some of that precipitation developing here, but the main core will start to really develop as it moves to the east of us and give once again another shot of significant moisture to portions of the Great Lakes in the northeast as we sit under the influence of high pressure with a weak low showing basically in northeastern portions of Colorado, but no associated moisture with it as the main feed of moisture is down the Gulf Coast. Now we do have this storm coming in as we get into Tuesday. That's going to push some warmer temperatures into the center part of the country. We're actually going to go into above normal status. As a series of low pressure systems start to form in the lee of the Rocky Mountains, just not a lot of moisture feed yet as the main upper air support waves way to the west of us over California. Now by Wednesday, the models are starting to show that this starts to try to lift out across the southwest, and we start to see the low pressure systems trying to organize into a surface low east of the Rocky Mountains, and this will help us feed up moisture to some extent into the central Rockies as that low pressure system starts to spread that moisture eastward. Now the discrepancy in the models is whether this system is going to pass well to our south or it's going to lift toward the northeast. The current models place this system basically to our south, keeping the low pressure system over southern Arkansas. Therefore, the moisture stays well to our north. Yesterday's model runs had this snow line just a little bit farther south, so pay attention. Things could change rather dramatically, and we could be looking at an event that would be accumulating snowfall on Friday. We get back to a northwest flow with basically a slight cool down in temperatures, but nothing outstanding in terms of cold as we see yet another system pushing toward the Pacific Northwest. In terms of temperatures, we start to see the relaxation of this very cold spell, at least in the near term, as warmer temperatures from the west invade much of the eastern United States. In terms of precipitation, that system pulls toward the northeast, leaving us back into a drier pattern and potentially much colder air moving in as we move toward the end of the month.